and you won't surrender to the blind leading the blind. Hold your breath, save the hate for later. Ignore them all, the hypocrites and traitors. Darling, always keep your head up, come what may. Figure out if you're the hunter or the prey. Got the rules to follow, got the gods to disobey, bitter truth to swallow. The doubts have come to stay, and you won't surrender. You're the last one of our kind, and you won't surrender to the blind leading the blind. Choose your time and place to show resistance. Facing highs and lows, surely find your way. Darling, always keep your head up, come what may. Figure out if you're the hunter or the prey. Got the rules to follow, got the gods to disobey, bitter truth to swallow. The doubts have come to stay, and you won't surrender. You're the last one of our kind, and you won't surrender to the blind leading the blind. And you won't surrender. You're not gonna move, not a little bit, not a little bit, not a little bit. And you won't surrender. You're not gonna move, not a little bit, not a little bit, not a little bit. Got the rules to follow, got the gods to disobey, bitter truth to swallow. The doubts have come to stay, and you won't surrender. You're the last one of your kind, and you won't surrender to the blind leading the blind. Woo! Yeah. Okay, hello people. So this was Surrender by Campaign Like Clockwork, and I was invited myself, wink wink, to play a couple of gigs with them because I never get to play guitar out live. Where am I here? Hello? Where am I in this camera? I don't know. I have too many cameras. So I invited myself and I said, hey, your guitar player is on vacation. You can't have two guitar players. You need one guitar player. You need two, and you need me as a second one. So yeah, boohoo, crap. First thing that happened was that they said, well, the first gig our second guitar player can't do it, so you gotta be the only guy in the band. So crap. This band lives off giant guitar sounds, one guitar filling, one guitar doing clean stuff with delays. So how do you do that all by yourself and still keep some of what defines the band alive? Well, Number one is you call up all your friends of the companies that you love and that love you, like G-Lab and Strymon and Carl Martin and of course Markus Quenzel Guitars, and you get the gear that you need. And I invested a little bit of money and got 2 Roadies by Carl Martin, the Bandmate 15 watt killer amp, and I built this whole stupidly big setup with 2 pedal boards, one of them being, you've seen this already, but hey, one of them having Strymon stuff on it, the Mobius TimeLine and BigSky, all running stereo, being split by a Strymon DECO, the other one being governed by a GSC4 looper by G-Lab, running MIDI and audio stuff and governing it all, running stereo into the Bandmates. Now, what you've just heard, no shit, was just me, drums and bass, and the vocals. So this was literally a trio recording. I recorded this in stereo, and I'm going to show you a couple of the sounds. Let's see, I have my little cheat sheet here. I'm going to go over here. Hello. I got my little cheat sheet here. And this is Surrender. And, well, on every single... Hello. On every single sound, we've got a reverb going, which I would usually never do. It's just too much. Reverb I rarely use, but I thought, hey, for these gigs, it makes total sense, because I need a big sound. I need to make myself wide and huge. We've got pattern delays, we've got ice delays with octaves on it, we've got shimmer reverbs with octaves on it, and chorus and rotary. But let's go through the 5 sounds. So we have the intro, which is a pattern delay and a choral. I could use the same thing that I have in the verse, but I didn't. So I'm using the neck pickup here. Now that's obviously way too much, you would think. But of course, in the setup of this band, where everything is spacious and nice, and the vocalist is beautifully sitting in the middle, hopefully this will work in a live setting. If the drummer plays with a click and we have the beautiful 130 beats per minute, which you can see in the display of the GSC4. That is my surrender bank, and I programmed it to show the 130, so in a rehearsal there's no guessing what the timing is. And the cool thing is you can play very simple parts with these giant delays. And that is the part that Alex Dimov usually plays. Of course, he's not there, so I'm going to have to do that. And then I'm going to take the part that Martin Giemser usually plays, which is all offbeats, which is kind of weird if there's nothing else going on against the part from Alex. But the delays will hopefully take care of this. We have the same setup here. We've got the choral reverb, which I'm going to show you what this sounds like by itself. That is a BigSky reverb, and it's going through formant filter, which means you have the sound of a choir. Oh, do you hear that? I'm going to crank up the mix on this so you can hear it more clearly. Of course, we don't have that much of it. And then we have a pattern delay, which by itself sounds like this. Da-dup-dup-dup, da-dup-dup-dup. So that's kind of cool. So my idea is that the audience, where am I? Hello. My idea is that the audience will simply just stand there with huge speakers at these festivals that we're going to be playing and be going crazy because it's going to go nuts. Of course, the guy, the front of house engineer, has always the option to bring in the 2 sides so that people don't hurl when they go, what's going on? So then I have got the same sound that we've got here now, let me see, but with a Bucket Brigade chorus. Standard analog chorus, and it sounds like this. obviously with only a bass and this high guitar, it needs to fill. Okay, so might be too much. We'll find out in rehearsal or when I listen back to the track I recorded. One of the problems I'm still having is I go to this bridge and I wanted a little bit of an overdrive. So I put the gold standard in there from Jetta. But I'm kind of, as soon as I switch to it, I have a dropout. I put less reverb on it. No, actually, let me see, yes. Less reverb and less of everything. But it might be too little because all of a sudden the sound is caving in. Let me do that switch right here and we'll see what happens. I guess it works. I just have to. I have to practice that switch. I have to practice switching. And I have to practice actually continuing that 8th note line. So otherwise, it's good. And then you're gonna call me completely crazy. You will call me completely crazy. You will. The chorus is. Well, I'm gonna show you what the chorus is without anything. It's EF, so I could just do power chords. Which is usually when we would play it with, 5 people, might be enough. But I decided to go for the octave higher power chords and do. So the 5th in the bass. Let me show you over here. So that's already a little bit fatter, and the bass can do that bass note. But I thought, hey, first of all, obviously we're adding distortion, but let's do that without the distortion. We're going to go here and get rid of the MP Audio Symmetric Overdrive and EQ prototype, and you can hear what it sounds like. So I added an ice delay, which adds an octave. Like this. So very, very short, but it makes it. So I got an octave on top of that. Now we're adding a shimmer reverb, which adds an octave and another octave. In the hopes that my sound gets really big. So together they do this. Which of course, like this, sounds very bad, and you can clearly hear the effect and that it's too much. Email, thank you, phone, who's writing me? Subscribed to YouTube, and subscribed to YouTube. I love you people, I love you so fucking much. So, we're gonna bring in the overdrive again. Let's do that without the effects, okay? Just the overdrive. Which, if I was in a rock or a metal band, that would be totally. That would be totally enough, but we're not. We have to make it big. So, is it too much? Who knows? We will find out in rehearsals and when people run away at the concert. So for the bridge, I took the same sound, but added a rotary just because freaking Leslies are cool. My girlfriend's a Leslie, and so why not? So we're gonna do this. You get the point. Set up with 2 Carl Martin Roadie Bandmate 15s. I don't know if I should call it Roadie or Carl Martin. It's Roadie by Carl Martin. I don't know. Everything governed by a GSC4 by G-Lab. Yeah, whole bunch of different Jetta, Joyo, Moa, Ganiac by Milos Popovic from Serbia. And of course the MP audio. It's weird. My 2 friends. Matthew Pennycook, not Chuck, Matthew Pennycook from Australia, from MP Audio, and Milos Popovic from MP Custom Effects. Milos Popovic, Matthew Pennycook. It's very confusing, all these MPs. Where was I? Yeah, everything going through Strymon. Thank you freaking Pete, thank you Chris, thank you Simon, thank you everyone at Strymon. That was me rhyming that right there. So, I'm gonna go and turn all this good stuff off. I could play that sound forever.